This tutorial is by our guest teacher, Vicki Bellino of Bloom Creek. Thanks for lending us your expertise, Vicki. As with most techniques in quilting, there are many different methods that can be used to achieve the same result. We are offering you one method in this tutorial, but encourage you to try several methods and use the one that works best for you. For the purposes of this video tutorial, we will be making one English paper-pieced hexagon flower and appliquing it to a block. However, the basic instructions can be applied to making a quilt top that is entirely paper-pieced. Place the paper shape onto the wrong side of your fabric and pin in place. Cut fabric a generous 1/4 inch larger than the paper piece. Don't worry about cutting precisely, as the paper shape will keep the edges of your shape straight. For speed cutting hexagons, cut squares of fabric with a rotary cutter. Cut a 2.5 inch square for a 1 inch hexagon. To baste the fabric to your paper shape, you will need a contrasting thread, tie a knot at the end of your thread, and bring the needle through the fabric in the paper piece from the right side of your fabric. Begin folding the fabric over the paper piece and basting as you turn. Your needle will be going through the paper and the fabric. When you have basted around the entire shape, cut your thread, leaving about a 1 inch tail. Once you have basted all of your shapes, you are ready to begin stitching them together. Use the same needle as for basting and thread that closely matches the fabric. With right sides facing, begin by aligning the center hexagon with an outer hexagon. Using a small stitch and catching just the fold, whip stitch the two hexagons together. Continue adding hexagons in this manner, folding the hexagons as you progress in order to whip stitch the sides together. When the desired shape has been whip stitched together, such as a hexagon flower shown here, press well on both sides using a light touch of spray sizing. Remove the basting thread and pop out the paper piece. Remember to save your paper pieces, as they can be used again. Position the hexagon flower onto your block and apply small drops of fabric glue around the entire flower and press it gently into place. At this point, you can either hand or machine applique stitch the hexagon flower to the block fabric. Now, we will be making one English paper piece diamond star flower and appliquing it to a block. Cut out fabric a scant 1/4 inch larger than the paper diamond all the way around the paper piece. When basting the fabric to the paper piece, you may find it helpful to place one pin through the paper and the fabric on one side of the diamond until you have basted the opposite side. This will prevent the fabric from shifting. For diamonds, it is only necessary to fold over both sides of the point if that point will have no other pieces attached to it, such as one diamond star flower. Let your tails wag on all the other points, as shown here. These tails will ultimately interlock when the diamonds are all stitched together, preventing a gap in the center of the flower. If you will be hand appliquing the star flower to the block, you may let the tails wag on both ends when basting the diamonds, and then use the applique needle to turn the points under. With right sides facing, begin whip stitching the prepared diamonds together until the flower is formed. Press, remove the basting stitches and paper pieces, and applique to the block as described for the hexagon flower. If you will be hand appliquing the star flower to the block, you may let the tails wag on both ends when basting the diamonds, and then use the applique needle to turn the points under. Here at Connecting Threads, we are making quilting affordable again. At only $5.96 per yard, you'll find our exclusive fabrics collections only on our website or in our catalog. Visit us at www.connectingthreads.com to find a huge supply of quilting books, tools, and batting, plus our exclusive high-quality thread and quilting fabric collections.